Really, the best way I can describe it, which is not a great description, I go a lot off of head. There's flavor in your mouth. It's just not...
Yeah.
It's not identifiable. It's just...
Brown.
Get that in.
Brown.
So much richness. Rickness.
Rickettiness. Rickettiness.
Rigidness. It's snout. It's snout a tout.
It's not a stout. And brown sugar.
Oh, yeah. I always say cocoa nibs. I know it's cacao, whatever. Yeah. Who cares?
Cacao.
Who cares?
Hi, everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here
for dark beer.
And today we have from Vista, California. Yeah.
This is Brothers Chocolate Vanilla Swirl.
Yeah.
It's a 7% ABV.
Yeah.
And it's a brown ale.
Brown ale, yeah, which one of our favorite beers in the world is a brown ale. So,
it is.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see if this is just
right.
as good.
We don't get a lot of brown ales.
No.
We look for them, you know. We have our radar out, but it's usually just straight porters and stouts. So. And
the brown ales like we usually get, they're light.
Yeah.
They're not even close to a porter or something like that. So, yeah, and Booze Brothers, we've done another review of Booze Brothers Francis Bean, which you can see right here. And we actually really liked that a lot. That was a good beer. So I'm excited. Chocolate Vanilla Swirl. Who doesn't like chocolate vanilla swirl?
I know.
Ice cream cone, anything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have like kind of the fun ice cream cone head artwork, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
so,
that's their artwork.
Yeah. So, it sounds super delicious.
Yeah.
Some of the flavors are...
Yeah, it's brewed with cacao nibs, which everyone pretty much uses to get that kind of chocolate flavor, and vanilla beans, of course. And flavors are dark chocolate, espresso, and brown sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Which I wish more people use brown sugar. I'm excited that that's in there because hopefully that'll add the sweetness, right?
Yes.
How do you think they use real brown sugar?
I don't know, but I always revert back to my baking knowledge and experience. Right. And brown sugar adds. It's like such a important component. Yeah. Like not only does it add. It's so different than your traditional white sugar. It adds so much richness, rickettiness, rigidness. It adds so much richness. It adds beautiful color.
Yeah.
It combines with the white sugar and the usually butter in baking, and gives you just a beautiful texture. Like it's so important. I have been low on brown sugar and substituted white, and it's not the same. Yeah. Like you need the brown for, all sorts of.
My mom always baked with brown sugar. Yeah. Yeah. So that's exciting. Yeah. And this was actually just released not too long ago, basically right after COVID.
Yeah.
May 2020. So pretty fresh batch here. So
yeah, they released it during COVID. Yeah. So I think that I checked when I was preparing for the review, and I don't think it's available to purchase any longer.
Oh, really?
So they either sold out. It was a limited batch.
Yeah.
And we did not get it brewery direct. We got it from one of our favorite liquor stops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I've been wanting to try it for a while now. So yeah.
Okay, so we've done another Booze Brothers, as Jason mentioned, but just a brief overview again of the brewery in case you missed that. The founders are brothers David and Donnie Firth, and they discovered, which I think many of us do, that beer is something that you can brew yourself, right? Like people spend gobs of money on this beer, and you start tinkering around in your garage and you come up with something magnificent and you try to grow on that. So it became an obsession, and it was taking over their lives and their garage. So in 2013, let's take a step back. 2008, they began Booze Brothers. In 2013, they relocated to Vista, expanded their operations into nearby suites. So they bought the suites next door, expanded there.
Yeah.
And then in 2017, they opened a private event space called the Woodshed.
Yeah, which is basically they took over the space right next door to them and opened it up. Yeah, yeah, that's great.
Have you been there?
Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it all like wood motif?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all reclaimed wood and stuff, and then in the back, they have weddings and things like that outside, and it's done super nice. It's really nice. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, besides the Woodshed launch in 2017, they started packaging their cans, self-distribution throughout San Diego County. And January 2020, they opened a location in Oceanside, California.
Yeah.
Have you been to that one?
Haven't been to Oceanside yet, no. Yeah, they opened it in January, and obviously COVID hit in March. So, yeah, but I can't wait to go and try it. I actually brewed with a good friend last weekend, and he's part of the San Diego Home Brewers Association, and he was telling me he remembers brewing with Donnie and David.
Yeah.
And they actually, when they were brewing out of their garage, they had up to 20 taps in their garage. That's how much beer they were brewing.
So they're having people over and like serving people out of their garage.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when they finally moved to Vista and got their own place. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I have those names for, are those like New Kids on the Block?
No, that's like Mark Wahlberg and Donnie.
That's exactly.
Yeah, Donnie and Mark, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why does that sound familiar?
I know, yeah.
Okay, Donnie and
so yeah, they have the two, they opened in Vista in 2013 and then in Oceanside 2020. So
good
yeah,
for
those
them.
2 places, yeah. And so, like I said, check out our other review of Francis Bean, their other beer that we reviewed for a little more information. But yeah, that's the Brews Brothers. So ready to go?
Great.
I'm ready to try this.
Yeah, ready.
Chocolate vanilla swirl, like my favorite. Anytime I've ever gotten ice cream or yogurt or anything like that,
that's your choice.
There's all these exotic flavors and stuff, and I just want chocolate vanilla swirl.
Straight up.
Straight up, yeah, because that's my favorite. So I'm hoping this is really good, and then with the brown sugar, I'm hoping it's everything. Yeah,
very light.
Wow, look at that! It looks like honey.
I know.
Looks exactly like honey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have gypped you a little bit. We'll see. God, these are so light.
Yeah, that's okay though.
It's like I always go back to cola. It looks cola-ish.
Yeah, it looks more like honey to me.
It does.
Yeah, it looks like honey.
I am getting some aroma, so I like that.
Yeah, so for appearance, super light, honey, cola. I think it was even lighter than a cola. It looked like honey, like you pour honey.
Yeah.
The head is almost white.
I know.
But it looks good to me. Like it looks really good. The bubbles look great. The carbonation looks great. It looks creamy and foamy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The head is super light. Maybe the lightest one that we've come across, I think.
Yeah.
There's definitely some carbonation, which I like. Now that the beer is all in, it obviously looks darker once it's all poured, which it always does.
Even pouring it is one of the lightest beers I think we've ever poured. There's a few I think about, but
to look at mine, now that it's in, it's not nearly as light looking.
Yeah, but it was really light. But actually, it looks good to me.
Yeah. It looks good. Yeah. It's 7%. It is a brown ale, so it's snout. It's snout a tout.
It's not a stout. Yeah.
It's not a stout. It's not a porter. So I have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and it's what I was kind of expecting for a brown ale. The brown ale we like a lot is a lot darker.
It is.
But most brown ales are that color, so that's kind of what I was expecting.
Right. So, okay. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with a 4. I did expect something still a little bit darker based on the brown sugar. Again, the I always say cocoa nibs. I know it's cacao, whatever. Yeah. Who cares? Cacao. Who cares?
Yeah.
I still expect something darker, and I go a lot off of head. A light colored head to me usually points to a kind of diluted beer, which I know that may or may not be fair, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
So 4 for me.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 too.
You did.
Because I like the way it looked. Like I said, it is a little light. I was hoping it'd be a little dark for 7%. The ones that we have had this light were 5s, 5.5s, 6. So, but it is a brown ale, and I was hoping the brown sugar would make it a little dark, like you said. So maybe they should have added more. But yeah, I give it a 4. It's not quite a 4.5 or a 5, but it's a brown ale, so it looks pretty good. I like the creaminess of the head and everything like that. So, all right, aroma.
Okay.
Let's see if you can get chocolate vanilla.
It's looking very I can almost see like a red tint to it as I bring it up. So again, it's showing now that light color.
Yeah. And it was really light.
Oh, it smells great.
Yeah?
It smells really great. I do get the brown sugar. I get like vanilla.
That. Yeah.
A little bit of chocolate. So the chocolate vanilla swirl is there.
Yeah.
That's really about it. Like it's really clean. It's pretty faint. It's pretty straightforward. It is light. It's really light.
But that's kind of what we're expecting, right? A brown ale light. But I'm with you. Yeah, it's everything's sweet though. It's not overly sweet, but most of the time when you get vanilla,
really
even cocoa nibs that aren't sweetened, you get that kind of bitter kind of aroma. But yeah, it smells good and it doesn't smell too sweet. I actually like the way it smells too. It's pretty light, but yeah, what do you give it?
I'm going with a 4.5. I like what I'm getting, but it is, it's definitely on the faint side as far as what you're getting on the nose. So I would like it if I got a little more on the nose, but everything I'm getting is really nice, really pleasant, a nice blend. So
yeah. I'm with you. I actually give it a 4.5 too, because if it was exactly how it is, but bumped up, I would give it a 5, right? So everything, like you said, it smells really good. It's just faint, but I really like the way it smells. So, all right.
Okay.
All right, tasting.
Here we go.
I'm excited. Yeah. We don't get that many brown ales I really like, so I'm hoping it's really good. So, and I like Booze Brothers beers a lot, so.
It's a good beer.
But it's light.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really good. The flavors are so faint and light. Just the taste definitely follows the nose. I mean, everything is so light, but it's there. Like, you really do get it. I get a little more chocolate finish towards the end.
I get more vanilla.
Really? Well, good.
I get more vanilla. I want more chocolate.
The swirl is in full force.
Yeah.
It's there though. I like it.
Much brown sugar though.
No.
Taste, right?
Well, if you were thinking like ice cream chocolate vanilla swirl, there would not be brown sugar present. But I think when you're making a beer, you add the brown sugar
maybe a little bit
to enhance the chocolate vanilla.
Yeah. So, and colors and stuff. But yeah, it's light. For 7, I wish it was a little more body to it, and I wish the chocolate was bumped just a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good beer.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I would for sure have this again.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so light.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
Yeah.
It's a brown ale. It's supposed to be lighter. It's not supposed to be a heavy beer. I'm going to give it a 4 still. I think it's a solid beer. Where are you at?
If one of my favorite beers would be a brown ale.
I know.
Maybe I would give it a little more. I give it a 3.5 because it's light and the flavors aren't very punchy. They're lacking a little bit. I'm not getting much chocolate. I get the vanilla. It's right in the middle though. It's not bitter, but it's not sweet, and maybe it's a little bit of brown sugar they put in it. I'm getting vanilla a lot, and it's just kind of weak. It's not as strong or again punchy that I expect. And one of my favorite beers is a brown ale that's just freaking amazing, and the flavors just pop. So I shouldn't be comparing them, but
I know
it's just a little light for me. It's not quite a 4 like the Aroma was. So yeah, I gave it a 3.5. So what about the texture? 7%.
Yeah, I honestly think it's kind of more of like a 5.5 to me. Like, it is really light. It's not that it's spritzy.
No, the carbonation's good.
It is. Yeah. The carbonation is spot on. It just feels super, super light, mouthfeel, watered down.
A little watered down, yeah.
The flavors are not pronounced, which makes it even feel more diluted and watered down. So, the texture is a little bit of a disappointment for me. Like, 7's a fairly substantial number, and I don't think it quite delivers. So
yeah,
I'm going to dip to a 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I like sevens, like 7s and 8s. Like
Yeah.
I like a lot, and it's like you said, it's like a 5.5. I gave it a 2.5 because I think it's below average for texture. Texture for a 7, I wouldn't guess this was a 7 at all. So I can't give it an average. So I gave it a 2.5 because it's a little below average, and it's a little more watery on the texture than I like. So anyway, finish. What kind of finish you getting? It's not sweet.
No, there's not. You know, it's kind of like there's not really a lot left on the finish.
No, it's a little watery. It's not even bitter. It's not sweet.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, yeah.
I mean, you really the best way I can describe it, which is not a great description, you can tell that you drank something, right? There's flavor in your mouth. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not identifiable. It's just.
Like I said, it's watered down. It's like it's almost there, but it's not. Good description. Like it's just not there.
Yeah. So again, a little disappointed on the finish. I still like every time I bring the glass up, it smells great.
Yeah. Yeah, the aroma was great.
Right. So I'm gonna dip down to a 3 on the finish. 3. So another half a point below texture for me.
I was so hoping the brown sugar would come out because we don't get a lot.
No.
I gave it a 2.5 on the finish. The finish it's just lacking a lot.
It is.
So I want it to be a little more, and not many flavors are coming out at all in the finish. Like it even said it had a little bit of espresso in it. I'm not getting that either.
No.
I'm not getting hardly anything. So
right.
I'm below average on the finish. I wish it was a little nicer and even a little touch sweeter, or some more chocolate or something in it. So yeah. So for a total, Janet, what do you give Booze Brothers Chocolate Vanilla Swirl? Brown ale.
Brown ale.
Brown.
Get that in.
Brown.
I gave it a 3.8 out of 5.0.
Oh, almost a 4.
Yes. Started off strong. The appearance was light to me. The aroma was wonderful and stayed wonderful throughout.
Yeah.
Every time I brought it up, smelled great, didn't change. Very consistent that way. Taste was good, and then the texture and finish, it started to dwindle from there. I think it's a great beer. I would like to see like another version of it, amplified. It definitely needs to be sweeter. Like chocolate vanilla swirl is obviously, meant to be an ice cream flavor, and this is it's not bitter, but it's just super watered down. So if you could enhance the sweetness of it to make it more like a chocolate vanilla swirl, I think that would be a home run. But otherwise, just a good, drinkable, sippable brown ale. So 3.8 for me.
Yeah, it's such a great idea, right? Chocolate vanilla swirl.
I know.
It makes such a good dark beer too. But yeah, I'm with you. My total's at 3.4, so I'm just a little above average. It's just lacking a lot for me, especially at 7%. That's a great ABV for enhancing flavors and for flavors to punch, and even the body and texture, and it's lacking a lot of that stuff. So I'm with you. I love the aroma. Even the look of it, I knew it was a brown ale, but the head looked great. The carbonation was spot on. That's the one thing, they definitely nailed the carbonation. I thought the carbonation was great, but the finish there was watery and the texture was pretty light. So yeah, so Gumbo Mud review is a 3.6 out of 5. So not quite up there, close to a 4, above average beer, but for us, just lacking a lot of flavor.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we kind of like the beers that have more body, more flavor. We love the sweetness. We love the chocolatey aspect. The chocolate vanilla swirl sounded super enticing, but definitely kind of fell short. So
well, they have a direction with it, I think, like you just said. If they pumped everything up and even the body, get a little more body to it and pumped up the flavors, I think it'd be a good beer.
Definitely.
Really good beer. So,
yes.
Yeah. So anyway, Gumbo Mud review is a 3.1 what, 6? Yeah, 3.6 out of 5 for Booze Brothers Chocolate Vanilla Swirl Brown Ale. So thank you guys for watching this review. Click the like and share button and share it with everyone, and click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
We are on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, MUDD, and we always put out a post with our newest YouTube release and some other special content along the way. So make sure you find us there and be sure to follow us.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching this review, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.